Please, I don't ask for much.
And unconsciously, did I already grab another plate, put my plate to the side, and now I'm scooping up his green beans. I'm asking him, does he want the dark meat or the light meat? You know what I'm saying? Don't give of yourself simply because you're confident in your decision and you're comfortable with whatever the consequence would be. I was comfortable with whatever the consequence would be. I was confident in my decision, but at the same time it didn't negate the matter of the fact. You know what I'm saying? And that was, I wasn't receiving love.
I was just thinking about you.
As a means to ensure a response of yes when there was an assumed notion that I would say no, would my male significant then say,
You know, I don't ask for much.
so for example, say we're at a family gathering and my male significant wants me to fix him a plate. I'm already fixing my plate and he wants me to fix his plate. So he's going to be like, hey, pet name. I'm not going to say my pet name. He'll be like,
Hey, pet name, can you fix me a plate?
I'll be like, I'm actually fixing my plate right now.
Please, I don't ask for much.
And then for some reason, it would flip a switch in me and be like, yeah, you know what? He don't ask for much. And unconsciously, did I already grab another plate, put my plate to the side, and now I'm scooping up his green beans. I'm asking him, does he want the dark meat or the light meat? You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to speak on this because it was truly a significant statement that was made by my significant, because you never had to ask for much, as it was a given. You never had to ask for much because it was already being done, honey. It was already being done. And I never signified this as being significant until our separation. I didn't even realize what I was doing or what our dynamic became until it was no longer. And I really wanted to speak on this today because I saw this quote that said, maybe I loved you too much too soon. God damn it. Did I love you too much too soon? Oh my goodness. And maybe the love that I gave was so potent that it was too much for you to handle. Or maybe it wasn't too potent. You just weren't in a position to receive it. You know what I'm saying? But I used to have this perception that because I trust myself enough to entrust in another person, enough to entrust in my decision making, I am most accepting of the response. So say for example, I give love, but I don't receive it in return. I don't really loathe in embarrassment. I don't really loathe in misappropriation. I don't really loathe in disappointment, even if that is what is to become of that. Because I know for a fact, like the way God works, the way the universe works, the way karma works, whatever I give, I'm going to receive that in multiplicity. So I never really approach relationships inhibited. Of course, I could be quite reserved as I'm observant, as I'm contemplative, but once I choose to invest in a relationship, I'm very authentic, I'm very genuine, I'm very truthful, I'm quite uninhibited. So, I don't know. I just wanted to speak on that because I never really saw a problem with this behavior, and I felt it was most appropriate because I was comfortable with whatever response I was going to receive from whatever it is that I gave. Like, I was comfortable with giving of myself and not receiving because I was just so affirmed in my decision that it didn't really matter what I received in return because I was confident in my decision. Yet looking back on it, it's like, no, even though you know that you're going to get that love back in multiplicity, wouldn't you want to give love and receive it? Just right off rip, just immediately, wouldn't you want to just give love and receive it? But I never really processed it in such a manner until I went through an experience that made me change my way of thinking. And I just wanted to share that because I don't know, like I've had some friends confront me about this, and I'm just like, well, I really don't. And I still kind of have this heart to myself where I'm just, I will not, I still have the heart of myself that says no, like I'm gonna make my decisions as I feel I was gonna say is appropriate, are most appropriate, but at the same time, it's just incorporating my mind and being like, nah, like you still got to be a little strategic. It's heart and balance with mind. It's not heart over mind or mind over heart. It's just heart and balance with mind. And yeah, hopefully this was insightful and enough to help you out if you're going through a situation like myself, or just a precautious measure to consider when engaging in relationships, maybe with your significant, maybe with your friend. Don't give of yourself simply because you're confident in your decision and you're comfortable with whatever the consequence would be. I was comfortable with whatever the consequence would be. I was confident in my decision, but at the same time, it didn't negate the matter of the fact. You know what I'm saying? And that was, I wasn't receiving love. And even though I didn't suffer from embarrassment, even though I didn't suffer from misappropriation, I was misappropriated. I was embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? But I was comfortable with that. But, like I said, just make sure your heart is in balance with your mind, and don't give too much too soon. Really pace yourself, because some people aren't going to be ready for the quantity nor the quality of your love. And to ensure that you actually receive this in a way that is requited, in a way that is reciprocated, balance yourself, mommy.